well, about 50 seconds real time, about 60 seconds game time, because we are playing on faster. And look at that bunker. That bunker has no Marines in there, but it's going to deny any kind of banelings. And very nice, he's going to put one Marine in there. And RedArchon is very defensive. He is going to very nicely snipes out one tank. One Muta does gut very, very low. And yeah, but that's about it. RedArchon is so defensive. I like to see 2 missile turrets here, just to protect his production facilities. But RedArchon is powering ahead. And looking at RedArchon's income, 14, he is very even with the Terran. And look at this scary army. But Glade's sight is fantastically good. Like, look at that. He sees half the map. He doesn't see this huge MM ball. There are 50, is that 50 Marines? Wow, there are 50 Marines right here. And here comes the Banelings. The Banelings are out of position. The tanks are going to siege up. And the tanks, remember, the tanks are 1.0. They do 50 damage to light units as well. So one tank can kill like up to, I think it's up to 9 units if they all clumped up together. They can kill 9 Banelings. They can kill 9 Zerglings. And this is such a huge... Whoa! Very nice pick off there. But Glade is I'm speechless. Glade is going his 100. This is the 100 Baneling build. It's the 100B build right here, and there are 26 Banelings. Holy crap! And looking on the side of everyone, there are a lot of Marines, and it's going to come down to how does RedArchon micro his Marines, because until these Thors come out, there's only one Thor, and this is Marine tank, and it's going to come down to how well these Banelings are going to be able to do. What I'd actually like to see from Glade is Baneling drop, Rainlings. We need some Rainlings on the field. You put the Banelings in the Overlords. Marines don't auto attack, and here comes the attack. There are not going to be any Rainlings. The Marines are ready for their lives. The Mutas are cleaning up all that, but there are so many Marines. There are not enough Banelings, and all the Marines live. There are a lot of Marines left, but the damage is done. The Mutas did clean out all the gas units, all the tanks, all the Vikings are dead. Most of the medvacs went down, and RedArchon only has a measly 17 Marines and 1 Thor. And actually, I don't know if Glade is going to be able to push for victory. He has 14 Marines, 40 Mutas. And actually, he could, if he continued the fight, he could have won. But there are even more Mutas coming in. There are now... Wow, there are now 19 Mutas with 22 Mutas coming out, and even more Banelings. But look at that, RedArchon is going to try to lock down this this expansion. There are tanks on the way, but there are not enough Thors. And look at that. I think RedArchon is in a very good position here. The tank placement is fantastic, and he is denying this expansion. But with the Thor here, this Thor is actually very far away from his Marine buddies and can actually get sniped by the Mutas. And Glade is reacting perfectly. Look at the placement of his units. He is going to cut off any form of reinforcements, and actually the reinforcements, this is just a diversion tactic to get his gold and possibly deny this this base. And here it comes. The Mutas are not going, the Banelings are not going for they are going straight for the Marines, and all the Marines live. He is magic boxing the Marines, but everything goes down. Very nice play, and he does keep most of his Mutas. He did lose. He had 22. He has 16 now. He did lose 6 Mutas, but a very good trade. And the creep spread is encroaching on Terran territory. Looking at the armies tab, 2,700 versus 2,300. It is pretty even, but remember, a lot of these units cannot shoot air. Marauders, medvacs, tanks. So with the amount of Mutas that Glade has, this is really strong. And Glade needs to push. Glade can actually kill this. There are not enough Marines. He is going to make some Banelings, and there are going to be missile turrets going to go up. But wow, these tanks are going to kill off a lot of these Banelings. Marines are going to move into very nice play. The Marines are going to guard their tanks. Look, all the Banelings are dying to the tanks. So many Banelings going down, and I don't know, like tanks. This is why they nerf the tanks, because the tanks are really strong. One tank can kill 6 Banelings. How is that balanced? That is not balanced at all. And very nice. He is going to pick off all these tanks. Once again, the gas units are going down. But remember, remember that RedArchon right now, looking on the income tab, is mining 4 gas, so he is going to be able to afford a lot of tanks. But because he is going tanks, he can only afford Marines, which is fine, which is totally fine, because Glade is basically sticking to Muta Baneling. And like, can you imagine if Glade swapped right now to pure Roach? He's on 3 base. He could get a ridiculous amount of roaches. He could get like 100 roaches. Well, okay, maybe not 100 roaches because he'd be food capped. But you can get like 60 roaches, and roaches destroy Marines. Like, Marines just die so fast. These Marines already have their 2 attacks, so they're really, really good against Marines. And tanks don't do really good against roaches. They're not that great. And look at this Marine being a total boss. He is going to just scout. He is going to see the hatchery, and he knows. And Glade is going to go for his expansion. But the thing is unless Glade gets really, really lucky, his composition is wrong. Muta Baneling against tanks in if it stays in a small, if it stays in a low amount, then it's going to be okay. But once you get enough Marines and the Marines avoid the Banelings, your Mutas are garbage. They do nothing. And if your army is basically Zerglings, which is garbage against Marines, and Mutas, which is also garbage against Marines, you're only relying on your Banelings, and if your Banelings fail, you're done. You're done. And the Terran does get the critical size. This is a lot of units. And right now, all RedArchon needs to do is A-click, and then select his Marines, and micro his Marines around. That's it. That's all he needs to do. And the tank siege, the Thors A attack, the Marauders A attack, and yeah, this base is gonna go down. That's a lot of Banelings, yes. But again, one siege tank shot right here is a siege tank shot will kill everything in this area. And he has a lot of tanks. He has 5 tanks. 5 tanks. Like what? Oh, and he's gonna come up over here. This time though, he has 3 Thors, not 1. He has 5 tanks. He's gonna guard his tanks, realizing the tanks are lagging behind. But that's a lot of Banelings. But again, once the Banelings die, that's it. Your army, you're not gonna do anything. And this hatchery is already weak. And Glade is gonna go for the counterattack. Very, very nice. There are a lot of missile turrets over here, but he needs to. He knows the Terran is weak. The Terran actually goes only on 1 base. So if he does kill all these workers here, he's going to be in a very, very commanding lead. But Glade, I don't know. He should have pushed in. He is going to lose his base. The Terran army is split up. If he is able to kill this and then run down here and kill all the production facilities, Glade is going to be in a huge position of control. And he hasn't even gotten his gold, but he is deciding to get more and more Banelings. He is very wisely choosing to go to Hive Tech. So, oh my god, these Zerglings don't have any upgrades. Like, I was just about to say, if these Zerglings had like 2-2 or even 1-1, it would make switching to Ultras really, really strong. And, like, oh, like, upgraded Ultras just tear through Terran mech so fast. Splash, they kill tanks ridiculously fast because an unupgraded Ultra does 40 damage against, and this is patch 1.0, so they do 45 damage. And once they upgrade it, they do like, I think close to 60 damage splash. And Ultras shoot, remember, as I was saying, once Ultras get 6 armor, fully upgraded Ultra to 6 armor, Marines, even two attack Marines only do 2 damage. 2 damage to Ultra. That is ridiculous. And Ultras do so well against late game Terran, but thing is right now Glade has a lot of units. Like, can you imagine if you swapped every 3 Mutas you trade for 1 Ultra? And he has 6 Ultras. 6 Ultras are going to be able to deal with this army. And right now, Glade is being starved out. He's on half a base. He's on half a base. The Terran is on half a base as well, because his base is almost done. But look at the composition. Glade is not going to be able to reinforce because there are, my god, there are 8 tanks. 8 tanks. Like, what would be actually really good right now also would be Broodlords. But if you're on 2 gas and no minerals, you can't support Broodlords. This is all that Glade is going to support. And if these Banelings do go down, it's going to be lights out. And actually right now, the Terran has the control. The Terran basically, right now if you look on the minimap, the Terran was basically pushed back here. The Zerg had this expansion and this expansion, but because the MM ball has pushed up, the Terran has this fresh base, and the Zerg is mined out. And look at all the gas that is stuck in these Banelings. If this was maybe 6 Ultras, Very, very nice. I don't know if that was worth it because there were 4 Thors that followed it up. But this composition is really times 1,000 bad against this Terran army. Because these tanks are going to annihilate these banelings, and this Zerg army is even going to be caught out of position. This army is completely out of position. The tanks are going to come in, and this is exactly where the Terran wants to engage, in the center of the map, where it's very open, and the tanks are going to get the maximum on the splash. The Terrans actually might want to siege up around this watchtower, and the Terran cannot. Oh my god! Here comes. He's going to lose all his mutas, and the Terran is choked. The banelings do sacrifice themselves on the Thors, and the tanks are behind. The Thors are in front, and the Thors just soaked up, I think, like, what, 50 banelings? Like, all the Marines in the front died. Notice RedArchon always splits his Marines, and he had a second force Marines back here, and yeah, the Marines and Thors, a click to victory. And, woo, 3 attack on the way, 2 attack for vehicles. Wow, RedArchon just... The thing is Glade didn't switch his strategy. It worked the first game. It didn't work the second game. It definitely didn't work the third game. No upgrades on his units. No upgrades on his lings. Like, these guys are one attack, 2 attack. I don't know, but Glade is very good. Remember, like, people are gonna look at this match like, oh man, you know, he should have switched. Glade has an 86% win percentage on the ladder. He is really good. Remember, these guys have been playing games all day, so he might have been, you know, a little sloppy and maybe a little tired, but while props to RedArchon, this is not easy to take games off Glade, and there is a reason why this guy is #1 on the servers, and very good game. RedArchon is going to move on to the lower bracket finals, where he is going to meet Oxygen. I believe I've already casted those games, so do check them out on my YouTube. Thank you guys for listening to my cast. I really enjoy doing this. This is a lot of fun, actually. And I think my StarCraft 2 is improving by watching these casts. So do remember to subscribe on my Facebook, subscribe on my YouTube, and yeah, can't wait to get 100 subscribers. And I am going to start my Ustream very soon, so do look out for that. And yeah, guys, thank you for listening. This is HD Phoenix, signing out.